special event. Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Ready?
Round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. The cross-up connects. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it dip. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Gets the jump in. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Big counter. Knockdown. What a clutch side kicks there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player one has depleted their drive game, but they are still within delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Who will capitalize on an opening first? KO. Player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Medium kick. Player two took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Can they stop this light lead from getting bigger? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Hits them with a stop and block. That combo did decent damage. What'll happen? Oh, plot twist! Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they pumps the brakes on the impact. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? They can't squander this punish counter chance. It's a good spot to use the super. Will this be enough to kill? Couldn't finish them off. Can they still take the round? No! Critical art now? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Closes it out!
Final round. Fight!
They are letting it block. The overhead denied. Manages to block the jump. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? They can't squander this punish counter chance. It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Both fighters are desperate for meters. And whiffs, they're wide open. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Player one is in burnout. All the throw connects. They've got about half life left. Block that off! Partial! Getting in some real damage. Player one is mounting a comeback. What else is up their sleeve? Excellent block. They got it. Throws. Oh, here we go. It is over. Player one clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. From above, reversal. Jump. Blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage. So they should be looking to anti-air instead. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Perfect air-to-air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Caught in the cross-up. Can't tech the throw. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. And the throw ends the round. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. They piled up the null. Hits him with a stopping block. Dashes up. There's a change of sides. Steals back a chance. Player one chases them down. In with the rolling attack. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Oh, what's this? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Blocks the overhead. Going in? Barely blocks the jump in. Shows the medium kick. KO! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? From upstairs. Sets up with the jump in. Player one flips it. Throws him. Player drops that off. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Raw super art incoming. What were they thinking? Player two needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Low heavy. Flank side switch. This may turn into a big chance. Oh, here we go. Trouble from up top. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Player two has those pumps the brakes on the impact. Nothing stops this train. There's a drive impact. Player two can't let this. Oh, putting the cherry on top. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that runback. This is gonna hurt. Jumps in. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Is the fireball part of their corner game? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player two has them legit shook in the corner. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Taking stock. Shoots off a fireball up close. Life lead opens up. Medium kick. All right, what's coming up next? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Backstep rolling attack. In with a backstep rolling. Jumps. Just cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive in. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Brushes that off and keeps going. Were they baiting them into that? Punishes there with the drive impact. Really laying on the pressure. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. What a reaction to go air to air. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Do they have enough drive gauge? Smart play with the throw. Connects with the throw. KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Rattles them with the looking to impress with this super. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Player hits the drive. Drops them from the air. Poses them with a kick. Both sides getting ready. Can they use their flinch it? Jumps. Excellent block. Close range projectile. Dangerous range here. Closes it out. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Jumps. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Starts with a jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Brushes off the impact. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? Checks them with a projectile. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Grabs them. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Closing moments of the match. They were right to be on guard there. Finishes with the throw. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Down to the wire. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Burnout activates. Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Their spacing is so a throw is denied. What a read! Knocked them out of the air. Both fighters have super art. We have super art on deck. There's still a chance to turn this around. Beats him down with the super. Now that's how you take a round. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Parries the projectile. Saw the projectile easily. They'll want to be careful of positioning here while on the lookout for more projectiles. Player one chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Knockdown. KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? The jump-in is denied. Throws them. What's next? Player two chases them down. They've got to be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Sends the bar on a Kikosho. The super doesn't hit. Player two holding on to that corner advantage. Both fighters planning something? The path to a win looks very tough here, and I don't know if they can hold out. Breaks those shins. There's a change of side. Kikosho! Getting in some real damage. Just goes for it at this range. Taking chunks out of each other here. What the overhead flatline zone? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Medium kick hit. Player two has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management.
attack hits and they may get another chance.
Gets the corner switch.
It might be some time for Pep.
Will this super art do anything? Good decision with that throw. Only the impact squash.
Jump!
It burns out. The low kick hits. Closes it out.
Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Step into the ring. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Still slugging it out here. What's the play here? This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Great work finding the opening. Player 2 can't let, and a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Sees it coming and blocks it in there! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what's going on the offensive. Holds out with the block. The impact doesn't do anything. Forcefully closes the gap. Forward. Shows a medium kick. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. A quick breather. Gets scooped from down low. Spinning bird kick. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Serving them a severe beatdown. And the fun's just starting. Both fighters play. All the throw connects. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Flatline zone.
That's right. I'm the best around.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in? Who will come out on top in this final round?
Barely blocks the jump in. Peppers them with the lightning kicks. Throws them. That throw will do some good damage. The drive impact doesn't work. Connects with the throw. In with the cross. Player 2, all the throw connects.
Player Kotsugeki to the face!
What are they gonna do? Okay,
Clutch anti-air.
this is a bad situation to be in. Reads the jump in perfectly.
Side switch! Oh, here we go! Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Someone's gotta make a move. Hit the drive. Great job. Are you kidding me? Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Both fighters want charges forward. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. I'd like to see them use this drive disparity to shift the tide of the fight to their side. Knockback goes for the super art. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. All right, what's coming up next? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 chases them down. Life lead opens up. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball.
Hold your breath.
Trying to read each other here?
Tags them and takes the dummy. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Had the radar up and running. Decides to meet them in the air.
Good judgment there. That combo did decent damage. Charges forward. Player hits them with a stop and bop. Burnout activates. Serving them a severe beatdown, and the fun's just starting. What'll happen goes for the level 1 super. Sumo Spirit. This rushes in. Gets the bar on the Kikosho. What now? Delivery closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? We're here in the first round.
Which one of them will let their fists do the talking?
Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? The throw connects for counter hit damage. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Not letting that go. You always look up when they're cornered. Very solid corner switch. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Whiffs the throw. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Throws them to negate the block. Squeezes the gauge. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity.
Burnout action. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps up.
Who's going to start things off? Throws them to negate the block.
Sends a bar on the Kikosho. That's not gonna hit. Grabs them.
Closes the gap for the grab.
Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Breaks the block with a throw. A quick breather, brushes that off and keeps going. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Yo, kicking off their facial features with a Hayum throw is denied. What a read! They're spacing and charges forward. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to break through with the throw? Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first.
Jumps up. Player 1
Manage their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm.
jumps. Block. super art incoming! Ugh, scuffle! Gets the corner through. Drops that off! Jump! What are they gonna do? Player 2 has the life lead. Genius read with that throw escape. Oh, the back and forth reads are unreal. Clint rushes in. Here comes Connects with the throw. Goes at all in with a rush. Okay, blocks the low kick. Low heavy, but no go. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Oh, the throw connects. Amazing. And whip. It is over. Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Changes the pace with a fireball. Jumps up. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Lots of aggression from both sides. Both sides backing off to form their game plan.
Where you going?
Throws them to negate the block. Will this super art connect? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Can't tech the throw? Taking stock. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Throws him. What's next? One combo can end this round. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Anything off the smash? Who's going to start things off? Jumps? Neither of them willing to back off here. Jumps up. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Grabs and throws them away. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Anti-air in the clutch. Knockdown and not much life left, but in there. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? The grab misses. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Side switch with the back throw. Looking for a chance to gain the upper hand. Takes a trip. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Grabs them in a dire situation. They can't afford any mistakes. Closes with the throw. Hitting them with a smart stuff. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Spinning bird kick. Experiencing burnout. Goes for the level 1 super. Still slugging it out at this range. Now, can they finish the job? Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Peppers them with a lightning kick. And they create an opportunity for themselves to show up force. Player 1 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback. Ooh, the drive impact closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop it. They're on the lookout for jump-ins. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. All right. Player 2 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. They need to make good use of the gauge without emptying it. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few that was a well-placed projectile. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The throw whiffs. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponents up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Breaks those shins. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Serving of a severe beatdown, and the fun's just starting. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. What's the next move? Player 1, good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Bomb critical. What's gonna happen? Burns all three for the final bout. I hope they've got a stretcher on standby. Damn. Noticeable life. Oh, now that is a punish. A fireball at that range? Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Grabs and throws them away. Gets the jump in. Nice cross-up. Rattles them with a beautifully placed jump in. No good up high. Denies the attack, and parrying attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. Grabs him, knockdown. That's how you do it. When you've got that super hard gauge, you've just gotta use it. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Takes a trip. We're in the final moments of the round. Both fighters are playing around with a full drive gauge too. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. The throw, misses. Oicho! No escaping that. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Good old slaps. Grabs and throws them away. Closes the gap for the grab. Smart play with the throw. Jumps. Show of force. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 isn't charges forward. Which way you gonna block? Takes the opponent out of the air. Crowns him from above. Throws a fireball. Sets up with the jump in. This can lead to something in there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round 1.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw.
utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Denies that throw attempt. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Takes a trip. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Big, low, reaching heavy. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Brushes that off and keeps going. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Springs forward with the drive rush. Dashes forward. A parry? A quick breather. Drive rush to keep it going. Get them with a quick low kick. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with the fireball. The last round. It's now or never. Forward rush. All the throw connects. Crowns them from above. They're back. Hitting it all on the drive rush. Amazing. Ooh, you never know what can happen. Drive rush. Both sides. Anti-air in the clutch. A back throw for damage and vital positioning. Perfect boom whipping. The throw is denied. Noticeable life lead. They picked this time to fuck. That was a magical shot. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Ready? Then show me.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. There's space to make something happen here, and neither fighter looks willing to back down. All right, what's coming up next? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them?
That's not gonna hit.
KO.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go.
Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drive gear. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round.
Backs them into the corner and uses the gauge for a super art.
Going in?
Oh, says no to the impact. Checks with a medium kick.
You've got to be mindful of reach and jump into
In there!
Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Utilizes an overdrive arc there to tack on just a little more damage. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Lots of aggression from both sides. Knockdown. Player 1 is going to have... And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Alright, what's coming up next? Heading into the endgame now. Brings out the Soup KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Kazanshi threw him off with the overhead. Not having the cross-up. Reverse spin kick? Jumps up? A parry? Drive rush to keep it going. Throws in the distance. Sneaks in above. Peppers them with the lightning kicks. Quick springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 is dominating this match. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Finishes with the throw. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Anticipates the overlap. Lots of aggression from both sides. Trips him up. Throws him down. What's the play here? The jump in is denied. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. That's a counter. Experiencing burnout. They need to rely on their instincts here. Checks him with the boom. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without gets tagged by the fireball. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Big counter. Player 2, drive rush to keep it going. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it better. A super art? Level 3 super! Sending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 1 uses their drive gauge. Experiencing burnout. And draw critical. What's gonna happen? Trap them with a critical arc. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Player 2 can't turns out. Perfect input. Execution is on point. A fireball at that range? Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. There's an overdrive arc. Nice spinning back knuckle. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Anticipates the overhead. The impact gets blocked. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player 1 and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. The jump in is denied. Throws them to negate the block. Goes in on the impacts for nothing. Both players with no drive in the tank. Check, will this super arc connect? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? Who hits them with a stop and pop? Big, low, reaching heavy.
Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Risky up-close scrap still going.
Player 2 ends the meter, hoping for a good return. A quick breathe. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Fakes out the low kick. The projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Hits him with a stopping bomb.
Burnout is triggered. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Taking stock. Bops him with a target combo. Sonic Boom! Brings out the super art. How's it gonna work out for them?
KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Drive rush to keep it going.
Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away.
Creates an opening with a low heavy, experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to get out of that jam with a perfect parry. Perfect read with a drive parry. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Dashes up. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Player 2 can't use Kikoso. Getting it some real damage. Flatlines him. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Open with a jump in. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Low heavy. Spinning bird kick. There's the bar on the Kikoso. Solid anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. What drive rush? Huge chance after that wall splash. Amazing. Player 2, slick overdrive cancel there to call them out. Will this super art do anything? Crossfire somersault locked on. Kyle's telling him to retire. Go home and be a family man. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. Jump. Base out the low kick. This is it. Oh, plot twist. Ugh, take a seat. It is over. Player 1 is going to be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. A jump? This is gonna hurt. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. The throw misses. Does a good job of pushing back. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Big counter. Decent return on that. Down to the wire. The punish counter gives them a KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Rattles them with a high kick. Checks them with the projectile. Checks them with the boom. Uses the parry. Are they trying to bait a throw? They may have something up their sleeve. Blocks the low heavy. Grabs them. Going in.
Not good enough.
Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Goes for the jump. Burnout activates. Uses the gauge for a super art. Spends it all for the crossfire. This is what happens when Sonic Boom beats somersault kick for an all-out assault. What are they gonna do? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Looks like they both want to stay up low heavy, but no go. The low's blocked. Sees the overhead coming. Gets the counter hit. Connects with the throw. Player shows some disrespect with that invincible special. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up.
Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? What is he thinking here? Goes for the drive rush there. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Player 2, his main goes for the super art. Spinning bird kick. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Sends the bar on up to Kosho. Both fight experiencing burnout. The kick hits. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Checking their reactions with a fireball? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. What'll happen here? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Still, there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Going in, turns out. Player 2 has the chance. Just goes for it at this range. Wraps it up with a throw. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Connect with medium kick. Okay, they trade hits. Projectile to try and change the situation. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. The super armor does its job. Player 1 adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Meet experiencing burnout. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. A quick breather. Player 2 just put themselves on KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Reverse spin kick? This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Drive rush to keep it going. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Big, low, reaching heavy. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 can build off this lead. Goes for the jump in. Manages to block the jump in attack. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Spinning bird kick. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Hazamshi threw him off with the overhead. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Pressuring them in the corner. All right. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. The low kick is blocked. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 1 chases them down. All right, what KO? Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. That drive impact is blocked. Checks them with the projectile. Denies the low heavy. Still very early in the round. A super art? The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. The low heavy's blocked. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. So, what's next? Player 1
has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Takes in the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak